Hey everyone, ugh. Hey everyone, welcome back to Platinum Trophy Quest. My name is Mark. Today we're playing What Remains of Edith Finch. Oh, you have a book, a journal. We do something. Hello? Oh, okay.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Sure. Start wherever you want to start, okay? So most of these roads are pretty much doable. Oh, we can zoom.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
So this game is kind of a walking simulator, so it's more story focused, exploration wise, fun.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Oh. Well, we kind of didn't do that, I guess.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, I thought we were going to jump over, but can we just splurge all letters all over the place? I have to say, this game looks...
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Side route. So there are no collectibles in this game, there's just a truth.
Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Ominous.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Like I said, ominous. Are we going to see Slenderman? No. That will be a twist. So we have to finish the game. Look in all peepholes and telescopes. Look long enough to hear Edith's commentary. Take both paths to the house. Catch 2 rabbits in one swoop. Let the drunk sailor finish his song. Here are all balls on the pool table. Knock all letters of Gregory's name into the bathtub. And see Jonathan's name in the ending credit. And play Calvin's story again. Those are the trophies. So if you just walk back up this path, will something happen? I'm curious. If only I could have walked a little bit faster.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
All roads. Okay, that was already one trophy then. And now let's get to the house. So I'm not sure how long this game will be. It will be like 2 hours-ish, so maybe I will do a 2-parter. Because, well, some games, I think it will make sense to make it a 1 part for this game. We will see. And we'll see how I feel about it, okay?
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Nightmares.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
It's weird.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay, this is not the right doorway, I guess.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Of course. That would be indeed a strange thing to have still after all this time. Power. So it's not a horror game, although it
For the
starts
first
to feel
time
like
in
it.
years, I felt like I was home.
I think it's about like a cursed
But
family.
instead of a family, there were just memories of one. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Hey, there's something here. Eddie.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Sank? Like a landslide? Is that something? No, it's just this way up sticker.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Makes sense, I guess. Barbara. Oh, I have to actually wind it up, I guess.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Cool, cool. For some reason there's a big foot in the background of it. Okay. Oh. That's enough. For now.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
So was it look in all peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary? So if I keep on peeking, I will get a trophy. Is that correct? Damn, that sound makes it feel like someone is just walking behind me now. So, video games, yeah. I guess this is not it. Can we... Oh. Guess that's not accessible anymore.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh, that's... Seems like someone fell here.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
I'm not sure what today's date is, but Eddie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Okay. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Why is this just a bathroom? Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Excuse me? That's fucked up.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Because she was a movie star?
Barbara was a child star for 2
Okay.
years, until America grew out of it.
Oh, that's creepy. I thought someone was standing there, but just a Bigfoot cutout, I guess.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
So we have Barbara.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Do we have a telescope somewhere then? So we look through these. $20,000 leaks under the sea.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Is this one of the rooms we were just looking into?
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Molly. Yes, peeping hole.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Okay. Kind of creepy. Sorry, I had to take a break there, so that's why I changed the clothing.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Oops. I was downloading a free game. Can we do something with it? Can we interact with stuff? Oh, there it is, Molly.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Are we?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Is he going to die? No, don't eat those. They are poisonous.
I kept eating and eating.
Why would you Please tell me we eat the fish.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Can we eat the starfish maybe? Just don't eat the berries, please.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are poisonous.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Almost had it. Let me guess, we're actually dying right now because of the...
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Meow. Meow.
I jumped and I almost got her.
So hungry right now.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh, really? So we're going to be all kinds of animals and start eating habits.
Rabbits.
Excuse me? Oh, there. Almost. Got it! That's kind of mean.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Something bigger? That's a goddamn big rabbit.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
And this is of course just joking
And
because of the
suddenly,
berries.
I was a shark.
This is not really where sharks supposed to be. Is this... So we're hallucinating, of course.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Excuse me, Mr. Fat Juicy Seal. Dum 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 dum.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh. I can smell blood from a mile away. Ready, boy.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Am I a tentacle? But why?
a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Wow, that's a long ass tentacle, man.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, this is already my body.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
The drunken sailor eat them the morning. His belly was rusty, his belly was rusty.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Hey, no. You do you.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Into our house. This is my house, this is my toilet, right?
I got closer and closer.
Not the bed.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Is this the end? So I don't think...
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but
No.
I'm sure Edie would have.
I don't believe
I
it
got
either.
the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
I get that too, but I think she died due to her eating the berries that were clearly toxic.
This would be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we
Let's get
adopted
in.
a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Yeah, I thought so. I felt like, dude, these birds can't be alive anymore. Oh,
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
this peeping hole. We already saw this room from the hallway.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Cool. So the family is cursed.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
That's from the Snow White. Can I leave? Guess not. So, are we also going to die? I hope not. Now this door is clearly sealed off, so we can't go here.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
So, what to do and where to go?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Can we watch the video?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Anything else we can do here?
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Okay, we can't leave.
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Sharks again. So she was sick. Oh, maybe we can interact with this book over here. Norway folktale. Nope. Yes. We don't have to stand on the toilet for this, right?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh. Secret and all.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
So this is his dark room, I guess. Yeah, right, like there are no pests in here. This place should be infested with rats, raccoons, or whatever.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
Not before I die.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
You can't tell me what's impossible.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here.
Yes.
But I doubt
We
it.
can do it.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
There we go.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh yeah.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Excuse me.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Secret? Oh. Nope, 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 do it. Secret room? Oh, the secret rooms. There we go. Pretty cool.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Barbara.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Barb Street.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately,
You're right.
her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention
not
comeback
Walter.
was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the
Oh
basement.
no.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later,
But
Rick
he didn't
hadn't
come back.
returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh. That'll be music.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Take it, you cool balls. Yeah. A bloody handprint. Is it like an elaborate prank by Rick to make me scream?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Like you do. So yeah, I'm supposed to go here, I guess.
The fridge rattled and grew still.
Smacky, smack, smack.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
Oh,
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
the
Barb,
crutch.
have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show.
The late, late
Hours
picture
later,
show.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
So, where are the stairs? Smack, smack, smack. I'm gonna fall, aren't I?
Walter, are you there? Walter
Smack.
vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Don't go. Haha.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
did you think of the windows? Should I try the windows again? Never mind, I'm blind.
Not. She played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Smack him in the head.
And years, the hinges grow.
Smackety smack smack.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Smack him in the head. And he's gone, like any good horror villain would do. Yeah, exactly.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ding dong. It was her boyfriend.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
No, Barb.
Oh dear.
She's working with her boyfriend.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Okay, didn't see this
She
coming.
saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She
Is it Hitler?
going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Okay. Thank you.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
No, we can't go, I assume. There's nothing to open here. Okay, guess let's go.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Well, there was an ear in there, probably. Well, we were just in there, so...
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
So, are we now going to do that, I guess? Kevin, that's the space guy, right? Yes. Who put that cord back up? I took it down, right? Gregory. Oh yeah, Edie and Swen. This game is kind of dark, and not in the sense of dark per se dark, but you know, little to no light dark. I already watched through this one.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
There's a music box. Oh yeah. I got the key. Okay, let's look around a little bit more. TV room. Do we have a telescope somewhere?
After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Of course she didn't. So we are now in the basement where the...
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Oh.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Is the boyfriend in here?
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
I can't see shit over here.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
So Walter was a mole man.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Whoa.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
So every day in 12, we get the quakes. Does that mean like...
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Are we not underneath like a train station or something maybe? No, that wouldn't make sense.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
Oh.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Wait. Oh, he's been here for 30 years, of course. 30 years of no sunlight.
It's been a week now. The longest in 30 years.
You don't have any food, do you?
I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Yeah, it's... Can I? Oh. Come on, don't get shy now.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly
Just a
and
curse.
Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know.
You see, it
I'm
was a
ready for it.
train.
I'm
Very-
going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month.
Or a day.
Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
I'm now
I can
going.
already imagine the sun on my face.
Aha. Okay, that's pretty grim.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Can I have some of that light?
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
Please don't let the train
But
come.
now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we
How
believed
so?
so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Well, let's just say the train
I don't know
isn't
if I should
coming
even be
anymore.
writing this.
Oh, there's a chair.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Oh, there's a light coming.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Are we going
And
to
the
die?
history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any
Just
of
a
it seems
swing.
possible.
The swing the boy died on. People like our mom and stuff, because we only... Can I see the book actually? No, I don't think so.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
I start to believe the stories.
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Barbara, Walter, Eddie, Sven, Calvin, Molly.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh, can watch through this. Is this now the last thing we need?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
So, is that it? Okay, this is not exactly the end first, apparently.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Let's climb up. So either we miss the door or we're going to watch for another telescope soon. This would be a good spot for one, right?
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Are we going to hear Sam's story now?
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Why?
They were both pretty intense.
Oh. Well.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
So, he was a soldier, I assume? And a poacher. Or hunter, at least.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Pretty cool, right? So, Barbara.
Not quite. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Where should we take a picture of?
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Wow. Oh.
Aw.
He got the burp. More burps. We should do. Let's take some more pictures. Maybe of that. Oh. Maybe it gets it if I just take some pictures. I'm a little bit confused over here. I'm not sure where I have to take a picture of. You have this island, you have the birds. You have the stones over there. Oh god, I can just turn around, can I? No, I cannot. Okay, great. So I feel really stupid. Still, I don't know what to take a picture of now. Really not sure what to do. I'm just going to pause it right now because I have to For some reason he started peeing right over there.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Add some stuff. Can I pull him somewhere? I don't know.
Last time I was
know.
with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
I still don't know what made me...
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Oh, really?
Give me a minute to check the map.
You do you, man. I'm just going to empty out your camera roll.
Let's see.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Shut it.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Shut of what?
I'm over here, Dad. Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Here's the target.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Oh, damn, that's intense.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Aww.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Ha ha! Oh no. Well.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Well, let's go to my mom and her siblings, because they're the only ones left.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
No, baby. Okay, I'm correct. We still have Dawn, which is our mother, Gus and Gregory to go, which are our uncles, and Milton and Lewis to go. Oh, I can already see what this is going. Gregory, 1976, 1977, only 1 year. I'm gonna do this into a two-parter, so I'm gonna end the episode here today. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.